check. 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Then it, for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze, so you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
My bad, girl. I was muted. What's going on, y'all? Y'all get up in here and like the video. I got some things to discuss. I really can't talk a lot because I got to go pick my baby up from the airport. My baby's flying in from Chicago, girl. So I can't talk too much. But what I can do, and I'm sorry I'm late, y'all. I forgot I needed to feed Saint and turn all my Christmas lights on. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, we got a show today. I got to get right into it. I don't have time to really joke too bad because I got to go pick up my baby. Okay. But we got Fat Joe on the docket calling FBA a cult because he can't take claim to hip hop. We have Miss T, Cash Money's first lady that none of us knew about, or none of y'all really knew about, most of y'all. Exposes Birdman as a PDF file. And then we also have Martell Holt and Latisha Scott go back and forth. Latisha says that Martell is DL, and Martell ends up getting one of Latisha's husband's side chicks. Okay, so let's get right into it. I don't have a lot of time, y'all. I gotta be up out of here within the hour, and that's pushing it. But I mean, when you think about it, they gotta land, then they gotta get off the plane, then they gotta get on a train. Cause y'all know if anybody been to Atlanta airport, you gotta get off the plane, you gotta get on a train, then you gotta come down, and you know it's a lot. So maybe it'll give me a few minutes. Y'all get the video likes up, please, and thank you. Shasha or Shay Shay, welcome to the dollhouse, my love. Thank you so much for being a member, and welcome to the dollhouse. You guys, let's get right into it. So let's start with Shay. I'm looking at your name. Let's start with Latisha Scott and Martell Scott. So you guys may not know this, but Latisha and Martell are on a show on OWN network called Love and Marriage Huntsville. I used to do a lot of reviews on that show, but I kind of ended up like backing up from it for a few reasons. Number one, I got tired of the same storyline. And then the millimeters. Y'all are so disgustingly toxic. I just couldn't. And honestly, it's not that y'all scared me off or nothing, because it wasn't that. It was just that y'all are draining and annoying. And if y'all don't know who the millimeters are, there's this girl who heads the show named Mel, and she has her fans called the millimeters. It's a bunch of middle-aged old hags who want to live vicariously through a woman who they deem to be a god. That's who Mel is, and those are the millimeters, okay? Now, so what happened was, think about it. Martell was married to Mel. They were the two girls, the two people, like they were the heads of the show, right? And they ended up coming on married, but ended up breaking up moving forward, right? So then boom, they starts beefing. They don't want to, hold on. They start beefing. They don't want to film with each other. They don't want to do none of that, right? So the show starts centering around them. Now, when Martell and Mel broke up, at first they used to come out here and play with us and make it seem like they were really happy, okay? Martell is a man, Latisha and Marceau is a woman. We'll get to it. It's three couples, okay? So it's Martell and Mel, that's a couple. Latisha and Marceau is a couple, and then Maurice and Kimmy are a couple. It's 3 main couples. That's the show. So boom, Mel and Martell gets divorced because Martell cheats on Mel, gets another woman pregnant, aka coleslaw. It's all over the blogs. But before that, Mel was trying to play it off like he wasn't cheating, they were living a happy life, right? Well, I think Mel didn't like that the other people were basically giving her crap about, not really giving her crap, but kind of like poking at the fact that she's getting divorced. And in my opinion, she's made it her life's work to make sure that all these other relationships get divorced, right? Now, Latisha and Marceau are the second couple that I'm talking about. Now that Mel and Martell are broke up, Latisha and Marceau are around here beefing with Martell, and they friends, and they beefing, and they friends, and they beefing. And Latisha and Marceau did an interview with Carlos King, who's the producer, and they alleged that that Martell, who's Mel's ex-husband, was down low in college. They all went to college together, okay? So now let's get right into that clip. You guys get the likes up because I got to move past this story and get to some other teams, okay? So y'all get the likes up, please, and thank you. And we're going to get right into Latisha and her husband on a panel with the executive producer saying that Martell was down low in college. Check this out, y'all. Hold on.
Over again.
This is Latisha right here. This Latisha. She's from another show. I don't know who he is, but this is the executive producer. But this is Latisha from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She's from Bell Collective. I don't know who that is, and that's the executive producer, okay? This is Martell. This is who Latisha is talking about, Martell, okay? Check it out.
Martell is the type of person, if he had anything, he would have been released it a long time ago. He's been showing people stuff on his phone forever. Like the whole revenge porn thing, that did happen. That is a true thing that really happened. And not only have he shown people stuff in his phone of his ex-wife, he's also showed people stuff in his phone with his baby mother. Like, she needs to check on that too. He's shown the boys pictures of her dancing in the closet, shaking after he paid for some type of procedure she had. And so he's known for that. So my thing is, Martell, show it. And then his thing is, he's like, well, you've been with my homeboy. I'm like, dude, that was in 2001. How is that even relevant? Like, I talked to one of his friends, which is really not his friend, it's just somebody local. That's why college girls don't fool with the local people. Keep it on campus. But it was a local guy, And I've told people this over and over again. Martell is the type of person, if he had anything, he would have been released it a long time ago. He's been showing people stuff on his phone forever. Like the whole revenge porn thing, that did happen.
Now she's talking about the situation with Martell. Mel accused Martell of showing or threatening to show her a tape they made together. So she's saying revenge porn is really a thing. But did I miss the part where she said he'd been with men? Hold on.
It's a true thing that really happened. And not only have he shown people stuff in his phone of his ex-wife, he's also showed people stuff in his phone with his baby mother. Like, she needs to check on that too. He's shown the boys pictures of her dancing in the closet, shaking after he paid for some type of procedure she had. And so he's known for that. So my thing is, Martell, show it. And then his thing is, he's like, well, you've been with my homeboy. I'm like, dude, that was in 2001. How is that even relevant? Like, I talked to one of his friends, which is really not his friend, it's just somebody local. That's why college girls don't fool with the local people. Keep it on campus. But it was a local guy, And I've told people this.
Yeah, I don't know why they got this clip in, but in the clip, she says Martell, because they went to college together, she was like, he's always been a cheater, but he's also been with men. And she said, and it's not alleged. And she gagged the girls, right? So then Martell has now responded, which we knew Martell is petty. So here he has responded, and now he has responded with a woman her husband ran a train with. Hey, I don't know if this is true. He said it's going to be on YouTube tonight at 7:00. We're going to get into it. But Martell has responded because she's saying, if you got receipts, show the receipts. Well, Martell came back with the receipts. And this is a young lady that says that she got a train ran on her by Latisha's husband and somebody else. Let's get into it. Oh, and he's doing the podcast with the baby mama that she claims he showed revenge porn on. Let's check it out.
Show.
It's your girl Ariane Curry,
The Scots ass.
and we deliver. Let's get into it.
That was my first time having a dick in my mouth and a dick in my coochie. I didn't know that he had a wife. He threatened me. He said, if you tell the wife, I'm going to come and kill you.
So there it goes. So that girl said that was her first time having one in her front and one in the top and one at the bottom. You get it. You feel what I'm saying? And she also alleges that if he told her if she had told his wife, then he would unalive her. Now, mind you, these people all running around here acting like they're happy in their marriage. Everybody and their mama who have a brain knows probably feels like Marceau has cheated on Latisha. But Latisha, one of them women, out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean? Now, this is the thing. It's getting very petty. It's getting very bad. But I'm here for it and I'm seated because I like Latisha and I actually like Marceau. But I don't know how it switched. But now all of a sudden they beefing with Martell and you know he petty. So now he got some girl on here talking about a train getting ran on her. Who was the other person? Was it the brother Maurice? We'll come back and discuss it tomorrow. Because I am going live tomorrow. Because since my baby going to be here, I'm not going up the road by my man. I'm going to stay here. Because my child is coming. I have a child. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, girl, yes. Listen, it's a lot going on in Huntsville. Huntsville people, keep your ear to the streets and let me know what's going on. Rofio said we're the swingers, we're a lovely family. A lot of them be okay with they spouses doing certain stuff as long as they don't bring it to the front, like embarrass them with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll say this: being married in the past and also being single around most people who are married, the married people be the most. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Y'all be so depressed. Ooh, I'm not laughing at y'all, but the married people just be having like y'all really be hating y'all life. Y'all do, not all of y'all, but a lot of the married people be hating their life. And I just be like, wow, I sleep good at night. How do you sleep at night? On a mattress from Mattress Firm. So I sleep all night long, girl, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's your husband and your wife though, I guess. Let's move on. We can't spend all day on that. Now we're gonna move to Fat Funky Joe. You know, they had a meal back in the day. It was a quick meal. They called it Sloppy Joe. That's the name of the meal. And let me tell you something. Let me preface this situation before we get into it. I'm not from New York. Shout out to New York. Shout out to my people up in New York. Y'all know what it is. But I have a different mindset from most of the people down at the New York, okay? Sorry about that. So I have a different mindset because I'm from the South. Most Southern people have different mindsets than people from New York, okay? And that's not always a bad thing, but you know what I mean? So Fat Funky Joe, a Puerto Rican, Cuban conquistador. I don't know where the Negro from. I don't know where he from. But see, Fat Joe wants to make to everybody like he is. Let me find him on. Let me show you what he look like now, and let me show you who he really is. Because I found that the Latinos, not all of them, the ones like him who like the culture vulture off the culture, what they do is to kind of look light-skinned. What they do is they'll just cut off their hair and keep the beard. You see what I'm saying? They cut off the hair, keep the beard, and they keep hats on and stuff like that. So that way you won't know that they really not a Negro. Does that make sense? So that's what they do. And I be seeing right past it. Again, I didn't grow up with no Latinos. I didn't. I grew up with Negroes and a few sprinkle of Vietnamese. That's who I grew up with. So I'm not a person who understands how a lot of people in New York and California love y'all down to the ground, but y'all a different group of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the all-inclusiveness of this thing, because even though the Vietnamese was down there in New Orleans where I grew up, the Vietnamese was over there and the niggas was over here. Does that make sense? We didn't cohabitate. We didn't hang together. We didn't jump rope together. We don't do nothing together. They was over there. We was over here. You get it? So coming from a place where we didn't all mesh in together is giving. It's nothing wrong with meshing in with the other people, but y'all got them using the N-words, Cardi B, Erica Mena. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, and this is the thing. Y'all let them into our culture, but y'all couldn't dare go into theirs. But that's a whole nother story. So this is Fat Joe. He used to be real fat. Now he just skinny fat because he got on Ozempic or something allegedly. So Fat Joe decides to come out the side. No, before I get to that. So Fat Joe, who's a Puerto Rican, Jamaican. Nope. He said Puerto Rican. Then one day he said he was a Dominican. Nope. No. He said Puerto Rican. Then he said, what was the other one? He said Cuban. Somebody say he was a Russian or something like that. I don't know what he is, but I know you know what I know he is? A plant. It's giving government plant teas. And Fat Joe decides to come out his mouth because there's a thing now where the Latinos want to tell everybody that they helped create hip hop. Now, it's funny how you can create something that was always there, okay? For instance, breakdancing. We've been doing that since way before the Latinos even got here, okay? You can go back to early 1900 videos and you can find that. Rapping, ragtag, bebop, all that stuff comes from what we have as far as Black American culture since the day we come out of here, okay? That's just that. Now, what happened was when the government sprinkled the Latinos and the Caribbeans on top of the Black Americans that were there, they all meshed in together. And the gag is, I got to call it like it is. The gag is they adapted our culture. We never adapted theirs. And 20, 30, 40, 50 years passed. And now it's, oh, we all did it together. No, we didn't. But let me put Joe in perspective a little more. Because on here, he kind of look a little light-skinned. But this is the real fat, funky Joe. He looked like one of them fat kids back in the day who used to get teased. Look at him. That's what the Latinos used to look like. At least when I used to see them on TV, they used to come over look like they wore church shoes and in Hawaiian shirts. You know what I mean? Like they wore slacks and church shoes. Now they get to New York and California. In New York, they start putting on Timbs and a pair of jeans and a big bubble jacket, and they start cutting their hair off and letting the beard grow out, and they start acting like that ain't them. Oh, over on the West Coast Negroes allowed the Latinos to come over there and put the Chucks on, put the Dickies on with the crease in them. Then they got the flannel with the top open. And them Latinos around there telling everybody that they invented that look when they didn't. They didn't invent the lowrider. They didn't come up with none of that stuff. They all came and they assimilated, they integrated, and then they integrated and then infiltrated. It's the same thing happened on the West Coast. Now, I don't know about the Florida people because they got a lot of immigrants down there. But I will say I can separate, well, for the most part, the Negroes from the Latinos down there, okay? Now, let me tell you something. This is the gag with Black folk. We so inviting and so loving. Come on in. Come to the cookout. Come to the cookout. When Fat Funky Joe went up into his mama house and she was using that Goya powder and she was up there making them boiling tamales, you think his mama was allowing him to have his Negro friends to sleep over? No, hell no. She would have never, because she would have been saying, ew, get that little morena out of here. No. But see, when Fat Funky Joe come outside and they ribbed him a few times, he came back outside with some Timbs and a nice little outfit. You see what I'm saying? He's able to cosplay and assimilate into a culture that really wasn't his. So now 50 years later, his big ugly ass, his Porky the Pig smelling ass want to come out here and say that not only does Latinos have a creative part in hip hop, which they didn't. And let me pause right here. New York, I love y'all down to the ground. Yes, I do. I'm talking about to New York people all around. New York did not create hip hop. All of the elements of hip hop have always been in Black culture, Black American culture. African American, foundational Black American, acorn. Every single element of hip hop was always there. What New York did was take those elements, put them together, and named it and put it in a bowl and named it hip hop. Okay. Now, this is why the fallacy comes in, right? Because Black Americans, what New York made, listen, this is the thing. New York got everybody in the world thinking they just created this stuff from scratch, and they didn't. Shout out to New York. Love my people down in New York. But y'all did not create it. Y'all created it for what it is today, for how we know it today. Okay. But that's the big fallacy, because now you got all these immigrants coming in, and now those people want to sit around here and say they have a creative portion in our culture when they were never there. Oh, and by the way, Fat Joe would only be relevant if Big Pun hadn't wrote all his songs. Shout out to Big Pun. He respected the Negroes and the culture for the Blacks. He did. But this funky bastard here, he didn't. So this is how it goes. He sit around, I'm going to just be quiet. Boom, boom, boom. And then when the government put him in a place where he can be playing it real good, now he come out and say something crazy. Now, before we get into what he actually said, let me show you Fat Joe back in the day. Okay, that was the kid Joe, right? So I know you guys are probably wondering, well, Vu, he probably did, have a little 1-2 yin yin. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, he didn't. Let's go here. So Fat Joe, there's a lot of stories told about the origins of Fat Joe. A lot of people have a lot of things to say, because a lot of people were there. Okay. And shout out to Tariq Nasheed. He did this documentary called Microphone Check, where they debunked all of the Latinos who tried to come out and say that they had a creative piece in hip hop and this, that, and the third. That was all debunked. Let me show you one of the videos, earlier videos of Fat Joe. Let me show you this. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Get the likes up on the video. Where's that video, girl? The one where I think it's this one. Hold on. I think I passed it up. I want to show y'all the Fat Joe that y'all, that a lot of people don't know about. It's this one. Check this out. Y'all get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up.
Fat Joe got up on stage and he was like, yo,
please, you guys just give him the business. I remember, this is crazy, when Fat Joe got booed off of the Good Life stage.
Fat Joe got up on stage and he was like, yo, I don't need no beat. So we're like, oh.
But everybody knew who he was, gave him his props, let him get up there. But in the game, once he started flowing, he couldn't rhyme without cussing.
Because he had a record out, he thought that he was one of the best rappers.
I'm sorry if this is low, y'all, because it is.
He knew he was some of the best rappers.
Matter of fact, I have another video. Can y'all hear it? It's really low. Basically, they're saying that Fat Joe goes to the West Coast and tells them people that he want to rhyme and he don't need no beat and he can't rap without cursing. So he's gonna get booed off stage in the West Coast.
Came and did like a not so up to par lyrical acapella. Please pass the money. Like this is an artist on a label. We don't care.
Check this out. Is LA in the house? Hey, yo. Come on, man. We just gonna check something out acapella because no cursing ain't really my style. So check this out. Everybody knows I'm not the one. I murder MCs on my bed.
Let me show you the actual video, because this video is weird. Girl, I hate those dogs. God knows I hate those dogs next door. I freaking hate them. Let me not, because I'm not that one yet. Not that one. I'm gonna show y'all that one too. This is him on stage. No, that's the one with him and Ja Rule getting into it. I had one of him on stage getting booed. Long story short, he got booed off stage because I don't even have time to still look for it. So moving forward, look, let me show y'all this video. So Fat Joe also, hold on. This is Fat Joe at a party back in the day.
He was like a sore thumb sticking out. He was like the only Puerto Rican there. So looking at that party, like if that party was the beginning of hip hop, how can you possibly say Puerto Ricans and blacks started hip hop? Right. He's the only one there. So how can you say Puerto Ricans and black? And some people put it first, like Puerto Ricans and blacks started hip hop. Even if you said blacks and Puerto Ricans, I don't think that's an accurate way to describe that party. An accurate way to describe that party is African Americans and African American culture,
right?
And 1 or 2 Puerto Ricans was there. Right.
Look at that. Look at Fat Joe in the corner looking like a Fed. Look at Fat Joe. Look at Fat Joe in the corner looking like a Fed. Girl, you know, this what bothers me. And I would hope that moving forward as Black Americans, we start to gatekeep. We got to start gatekeeping. That fool in the corner looking like he undercover. He looked like he ready to go snitch as soon as he get up out of there. We have to start gatekeeping Black people. We have to. All the Negroes in there dancing, having a good time, and this dude just sitting here. Yeah, this is what I be talking about, okay? Somebody put it in the chat, Fed Joe. Yeah, Fed Joe. He look like an undercover cop. That's what he does. Look. He looks weird. He looked like a serial killer, like for real. So let's go see what Fat Joe had to say. So Fat Joe went down to the Math Hopper show, and Fat Joe they asked him about the hip hop music in the 50th year hip hop, and Fat Joe had some choice words. Hold on, before we get Fat Joe on here.
These rumors.
Hold on. Fat Joe had some choice words. Now, number one, he's mad because Tariq Nasheed already put out. It's giving white boy Rick Tees. He's already mad because Tariq Nasheed put out a film basically debunking all these Latinos saying that they helped create hip hop, right? So he's gonna go on this whole rant about FBA, and he's not speaking of it as the group. He's speaking of it as the culture, but he's hiding it under the guise of the group. Does that make sense? And he's gonna say that niggas is broke. And this is another thing. I will never be comfortable with these conquistadors around here using the N-word. Nigga this, nigga that, nigga. I will never be comfortable. I will never be comfortable. And to the Negroes who made them comfortable, fine. Tell them keep that shit over there on the West Coast. Tell them keep that over there on the East Coast. Because if you come down to the dirty, listen to me. I'm just trying to give y'all some advice. If you send them down here to the dirty and they start using that N-word, when their head get knocked off their shoulders, I don't want nobody to say nothing to us. Like, you know what I mean? I want everybody to be on code. Does that make sense? It's giving we will be giving my Montgomery Brawl tees, okay? So with that being said, let's get into the interview. And I was wondering, I was like, these Black dudes just sitting there, they not saying nothing. Makes sense. They not Black American. They are Caribbean or something from what I hear. But let's get into the clip where Fat Joe wants to go viral, and we're going to make him viral, and he's going to drag FBA and Lord Jamar and all these other people. Check it out. It reminds me of what they did to Malcolm X and also the Black Panthers. Listen, you got to understand and learn how to read races. White supremacy and races, they all have the same moves. They take the same moves out of the same playbook, right? So Malcolm X was of the belief that Black people shouldn't be trying to go assimilate with these clears. We need to have our own stuff. We need to do our own thing. And y'all foolish from running around there begging them for their acceptance. Also, Malcolm X thing was, y'all want to come around here unaliving us? Bet we're going to use our Fifth Amendment right, or whatever amendment, First Amendment right, whatever amendment, and we're going to arm ourselves. And when you unalive us, we going to unalive you. And guess what the media called Malcolm X? They called him a racist. They called him a Black supremacist. They called him radical. They did the same thing with the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers was like, hey, bro, we don't want no smoke. However, if y'all come over here, we already armed with our weapons and our shotguns. So if y'all come over here with that foolishness, you got to know this. We will be retaliating. We're not going to lay down. We're not the Martin Luther King people. And it's Second Amendment. Thank you, Alicia Tubbins. But we're not going to lay down with that. And what did the media label the Black Panther Party? Racist, radical, all these things. See, the conquistador is no different from the colonizer. You do know that, right? A conquistador is just a conqueror. A conqueror is a colonizer. Does that make sense? This is why I have a milk community. You got whole milk, which is the clears, and then you got you got soy milk, skim milk, and so on and so forth. I use those analogies to show you all these mother effers are the same. It's just one got a little more tan to their skin. That's it. They all come from Spain. All these Spanish-speaking countries, it's the conquistadors from Spain who came and did the exact same thing to the indigenous black people of those lands. Amara La Negra. Yeah, let's talk about it. Juju. Yeah, let's talk about it. Those Spaniards come from over there in Spain and conquered, that's what makes them conquistadors, those areas, raped, pillaged, and all those things to those people. And then whatever ones they didn't unalive, they pushed them off to the side, and then they put the identity onto themselves. So really, they ain't no different from the clear man down here in America who running around here saying that he invented everything that we done made. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, yes, they all white supremacists. They are. Just don't let the tan fool you. Do not let the tan fool you. Do not let the tan fool you. Okay. So now he's calling us radical, racist, all because we saying Puerto Ricans ain't helping create no damn hip hop. That was Black America. Okay. Now that's where that's going. And remind you, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. He's doing the same thing they did to Malcolm, and he's doing the same thing they did to doggone the Black Panthers. Whenever we fight back for ourselves and stand up for ourselves, them clear people will turn around and tell us we radical and we racist. So that's how he started. So now Matt is saying, well, who are you talking about? Now he's going to say FBA. Check it out. From the Negroes who was laughing at Andrew Schultz when he said what he was going to do to Kendrick Lamar. This is no different. This is no different. Everybody laughing. Ain't none of them check him. None of them. None of them. I'm so thank you, Lord, I'm not from New York, because I would never understand the way y'all just, I just don't understand it. Thank you, Lord. No.
But now.
Oh, no. I ain't gonna let you do that. Now you're gonna say Lord Jamar, who's a Black American, was the wackest person in the crew when nigga, nobody, if it were not for Remy Ma, we wouldn't know Fat Joe. If it were not for Big Pun, we wouldn't know Fat Joe. Nobody says I'm going to get that new Fat Joe album. And to be completely honest, outside of New York in the surrounding areas, ain't nobody down south saying I'm going to get that new Fat Joe album. Nobody. We don't even listen to this conquistador down here. We don't. We don't listen to him. We don't buy the album. The most we heard from him is through Remy. Period. Point blank. And for him to say Lord Jamar, who can spit his behind off, is somebody who's the worst of the crew when you can't even rap for real? Fat Joe, why are you attacking? You're attacking because you realize that your leeching off of hip hop has come to an end. Like, I couldn't, when he said that, I was like, no, how dare you critique somebody's rhymes when you can't rap? The only reason we listened to Lean Back was R to the easy, M to the wizard, my arms stay greasy. Girl, stop. See, that's what I be talking about. And you know what? Matter of fact, now that I think about it, you the reason that Ja Rule lost that beef with 50 Cent. When 50 Cent had Ja Rule on the ropes and was dragging him up the river by the doggone tail, instead of Ja Rule going to get somebody who could really come back with a real tight hit, he went got your big fat funk ass, your big pot belly smoke pork eating ass to get down here and say, oh, I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. And he lost. The nigga ain't had a career ever since. It's Fat Joe fault. That's what, you know what, Ja Rule? That's what you get. Because you want to go get the conquistador. I don't know what you thought Fat Joe was about to do. I don't know what. And shout out New York. Love that song. Y'all love that song down in New York. Shout out to y'all. But I'm telling you, outside of New York, that was the lamest shit we've ever heard. No cap. Outside of New York and maybe the surrounding areas, that song was the lamest song we've ever heard. We thought it was the worst thing that Ja Rule could have done. It was at that point we knew the beef was over. Ja Rule, go lay down, okay? But that's neither here nor there. The Fat Joe, he was on the album, right? And he really running around here acting like he was that nigga, and he wasn't. Nigga, we don't know you outside of New York. Outside of your affiliation with a nigga, we don't know you. We don't know you. Shout out to New York. They love that song. I remember when they did the verses. Boy, that song came on. They went to going crazy. Y'all cut up when that song came on. And I was just saying, okay. You know how we be looking when California when them dudes be doing that crumping with the clown in California. We be saying, oh, look at they enjoying themselves as long as they having fun. That's how we was when y'all was in the verses with the locks in they played that song and y'all went to gutting up and going crazy and jumping up and down. We was all behind the screen saying, well, at least they having fun. As long as they having a good time, that's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't understand. Outside of New York and the surrounding areas, that was the worst song ever in the beef, ever. Matter of fact, I feel like Fat Joe did it on purpose to end Ja Rule's career. But that's a whole nother, you know what I mean? A whole nother story. What song? You don't know the song, Virgo? It go like this. It go like this. Now, mind you, this is after 50 done came out with Wankster. He done dragged Jeffrey all up and down. I remember the little the part on the end of that song when he had the punk on that saying Jeffrey Atkins, and he was going off on Ja Rule, and we was like, Ja Rule, you up? This is the last bit. You got to do it. You got to come through. He went got Fat Joe, Jada Kids. Shout out to Jada Kids. I don't know why they put you in that, but he went got Fat Joe and Jada Kids, girl. And all of a sudden the beat came on and we was like, okay, what's going on? And then all we heard was Ja Rule say, I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. And we said, yeah, close the laptop, Fat. Go ahead on, close the laptop. Can you clock out, please? Yeah, just clock out. Don't worry about it. We don't even need to have the meeting. Just go ahead on, clock out. Leave your badge up here by security. Leave your badge up here. But go ahead on, clock out. We got a box for you right here. Just go ahead on and, again, but New York love it. And we love that for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying for us out here, girl, we was like, girl, what did he start off saying? I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Nigga, I'm from New York. I said, bitch. Girl, listen. I love New York. I love y'all. But we didn't understand. But we didn't say nothing. How the little thing on TikTok said, we listen and we don't judge. That's what we did. We were just like, they like it, so we gonna just let them have that. You know what I'm saying? But girl, outside of New York, we was like, just smile and nod. Just smile and nod. Just smile and nod. And we was, okay, girl, this shit trash, but okay, girl. Yeah, that's nice. Girl, you hear this shit? Yeah, girl. Oh, I love the song. Girl, this shit the worst thing I ever heard. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I think it was Fat Joe's fault. But why are we here? Fat Joe forgot. See, listen. Fat Joe forgot, right? Fat Joe forgot why he want to call FBA broke niggas and this, that, and the third. Fat Joe forgot that he was the nigga in the corner. Hold on, let me get him up here. This is the Fat Joe, who was out here calling FBA he was calling us broke niggas and we a cult and we radical racist. Why? Because for once and for all, we really standing on our business and saying we not gonna let you Latinos come in and infiltrate and integrate. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. At first I wasn't even gonna watch Microphone Check, but now I'm going on Prime Video and watch Microphone Check. You know what I'm saying? Because what happened was we were able to trace all of the elements of hip hop back before New York, and they didn't like that. See, as long as they kept it in New York, the Latinos could say, we made it over here because I was there. Remember, look, I got a picture right here. I got a picture right there. But when we were able to trace every single element outside New York, that really debunked everything they had to say. And now Fat Joe is crashing out. Now, I don't have too much time to talk about this because we got to get to Miss T. We'll talk about it Monday morning, more on the morning jokes. I'll go more into depth. But let me say this, y'all. Fat Joe and all the Latinos who get to run around and use the N-word, who get to play black, but inside they eating empanadas and tamales and all of that stuff and acting like they don't like Negroes. To all you Latinos, your time is up. Your time is up. Your time is up. Fat Joe right here will never be the face, or we won't even listen to what he has to say. I don't give a damn which one of your people carried the crates for the person who was doing the DJs. And not a Latino made up any call and response, because we've been doing that in the church, in the black church, since the beginning of time. Call and response come from the church, comes from the black church in America, okay? Let's be honest. So no Latino came up with, let me hear you say ho, or let me hear you say, no, baby. That come out the black church, but you wouldn't know nothing about that, you little Pink Panther, because you ain't never been in one. You're looking like a fed, you're smelling like a fed and pork too, pork grease. You look like a fed and pork grease. You're smelling like a fed and pork grease, and we don't want to hear it. You're not going to get away from telling everybody that Latinos and all these other people helped create hip hop. If anything, hip hop created everything else. And the black Americans, us, we the ones created that. And guess what? Let me also say this. A lot of the people in New York came from the South anyway. So if we really want to be honest, the elements of hip hop come from the South, not New York. Now check that. Now let's move on. And I see it. What's up? I said it. I'm tired. I've been windmilling, I've been windmilling my whole adulthood behind this. I'm tired of windmilling. My arms hurt. Girl, a time. You know what I mean? Who's saying slow the chat? They ain't got that many people in here. Huh? We need to slow the chat? All right, hold on. Chocolate Bunny, thank you for the super chat. Voodoo, did you hear Martell Holt on the Star Report last night? I wanted to hit you so bad on IG because he said a mouthful. I didn't, but when I get off of here, on my way up to the airport, I'm going to pull it up. And Martell Holt, you tread light too, because I heard you was around there slapping bitches, allegedly. That's what they said. They said, remember when you and Poppy, you and what's his name, the one who got popped at the projects? What's the one name who was out there saying I'm a whore, I'm from the Bronx? What's his name? Girl, he be on YouTube. Hassan said that you was around there popping them bitches. So you tread light. Watch your manners, Martell Holt. Watch your manners, okay? So you tread light. But I'll go listen to it when I get off of here, okay? Yes, I will. Girl. Y'all remember when when Hassan went in the projects early in the morning screaming and hollering, and the people started cursing him out from the window, then he got popped. That's not funny, but you know what I mean? But yeah, it was funny though. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Boo search Cuban links even said Joe is racist. Oh, I know he racist. See, we got to understand racism don't just come in the clear people part. It come in all of the milk community. Hell, it come in some of the Negroes too, quiet as it's kept. But yeah, I already know he racist. He just be playing like he friends with us. Do this look like he friends with us? Look, somebody drop down in the comments and let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if this look like a friendly, and put a 2 in the chat if this look like a enemy. Because I'm gonna tell you now. See, if this was in the South, in the deep South somewhere, where it's like a juke joint, hole in the wall type tease, and we seen somebody in the corner like that, hell no, we got the record gotta stop. Skirt. Can somebody check who that is in the corner? You see what I'm saying? That's why I love being from the South. I love old country South. Thank you, Lord, for the South. Because Lord have mercy. I'm surprised ain't nobody said nothing to this nigga. Like, who is this nigga? Like, I don't know. But shout out to New York. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. Shout out to New York. Because that don't give me friendly right there. AT2, hey my love. He says, not Pink Panther Joe. Yeah, he Pink Panther Joe. He look like his little thing look like a Vienna sausage. And it look Lil. I know it's Lil. You want to know how I know it's Lil? Hold on, I'm about to show you. You want to know how I know it's Lil? I can feel it. You know, I'm a dick whisperer. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I'm a dick whisperer. I read Braille and everything. Look at that nigga legs. Ain't no meat between them. Hold on. Ain't no meat between them. I'm a dick whisperer. I can eye a nigga and tell what's going on down there. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, he only got one knock knee and one that nigga slew-footed, half knock knee and bow-legged at the same time. Ain't no meat between them. Ain't not an ounce of meat. Do you hear me? Not an ounce of meat. I know this. I can see it. I can just look at the nigga. I can look at the man and I can already know it. I don't know it's a gift. Maybe in my former life I had that gift and I was real good at it. But I can look at the way them legs is. One is not and one is bowed. And the sloop foot and the bow legged and the pigeon toed. And I know right then and there, ain't no meat up in there. Yeah, I know AT2. Yep, Pink Panther Joe. It looked like a little pink Vienna sausage. And do. Thank you, Miss Parker, for the super chat. She says, mustard on our beat, ho. Okay. Now, if you would like to be, if you would like any classes on being a dick whisperer and identifying peen just by looking, please hit me at Voodoo Dog Podcast. If I need to start a class, I will help you out, okay? But I know for a fact ain't no meat up in there, okay? No meat. It's given vegetarian, vegan. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? It's given vegetarian and vegan between the legs. You get it? Nah, I ain't got time to drag Joe today. Catch me Monday morning for the jokes. We gonna drag down to the ground for the jokes, okay? Now, let's move on. Now, we gotta move on to Miss T. Now, you guys, I don't know if y'all know this. Birdman, we kind of talked about it last time on the live, but Birdman had an artist way back in the day called Miss T. Miss T was a rapper from New Orleans. Let me get an old picture up here. She don't look like that now, but this is an old picture of how she used to look in New Orleans. So Miss T was a rapper. She was actually the first lady of Cash Money. This is before Wayne and all them, right? So he signed Miss T. Miss T was the girl. She was like a New Orleans legend. She really is still a New Orleans legend. But Miss T was signed to Birdman and Cash Money back when they were trying to figure out what in the world they were going to do. So boom, Miss T ends up leaving the label, I guess, and I guess she still had affiliation with him. And she later came out recently and was saying that Birdman is a PDF file. Okay, now I know a lot of y'all are wondering, dang, is that a dagger? No. See, in New Orleans back in the day in the 90s and before that, the women dressed like the niggas. Yeah, we had baggy clothes, you know. Well, really, all of Black America wore like most of us dressed like that. But in New Orleans, for sure, you see, she got the soldier rag on, it's just a blue one. Like we dressed like the niggas in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Baggy pants, crease in our pants. You know. Okay, that was nationwide. So you know what I'm saying. So no, this isn't a dagger. If this was 2024, I would definitely call her dagger T. But this is not a dagger, okay? This is a girl's girl, and she seen more peen than most of the girls, okay? So with that being said, she has come out and said some things about what was going on down in Cash Money, and she alleges that Birdman had, you know, did some things, okay? Now, I want to share this with you from my girl, Too Much Tea. Shout out to Too Much Tea. She has the video on her page, and we're going to go over some of that video because I got to get out of here in like 20 minutes, y'all. But I don't think the video that long. But Miss T came out. This is her. I'm going to let the video play. But Miss T came out recently and she said what she said about what was going on with Birdman and Cash Money, especially given the situation that's what's been going on with Diddy and what's the boy name? Well, yeah, Diddy and Jay-Z. Birdman will be another mogul that if this gets traction, it will be one of those things where he could be one to go down too, because we all know the rumor was he had did something to Lil Wayne. Because when I seen him kissing Lil Wayne in the mouth, I said, "Oh my God!" And no black men in those days was not kissing their sons in the mouth. So I don't know why they was trying to make it a cultural thing. It wasn't a New Orleans thing. It wasn't none of that. It was Birdman being a creep. He got Lil Wayne when he was like 9-10 years old, okay? That wasn't a New Orleans thing. That wasn't a cultural thing. That was some old weird shit Birdman was around there doing, okay? Now let's get into what some of the things Miss T had to say. And y'all, somebody said she sounds slow. She's not slow. She has a real thick New Orleans accent, okay? Real thick. Like mine ain't as thick as it was because I done moved out here in Georgia in 2016. I've been out here for a long time. But a lot of the women in New Orleans sounds like that. She not slow or nothing. It's just she have her dialect and her accent is super, super thick, okay? Now let's get into it. She not slow, okay? Let's get into it.
Birdman, Cash Money Records, and Miss T was not included in taking over for the 99 and the 2000. Miss T has taken to Instagram Live to air out all of her personal issues and business issues with Baby, also known as Birdman. Miss T has made a lot of bops in the past.
Yo, she legendary in New Orleans. She don't mean legendary like worldwide. In New Orleans, she is one of our legends. She is. Y'all don't know her. Y'all would have known her if when Cash Money blew up, they would have took her with him because she is very, very talented. She rap and she sing. The girl is, and she write. She's extremely talented. You would have known her if Birdman would have taken her with him when they blew up, but he did it. So, but she's a local legend. So she's not like a, you know, it's just, you know how black people is. We put 20 on 10, but she's our legend, and that's not an exaggeration, okay? So yeah.
And she's still making bops to this day. She works with a lot of local female rap artists. Although Miss T's career may not be where she envisioned it to be, she still receives a lot of love and respect in the city of New Orleans. Miss T says Birdman constantly plays on her top as he makes promises that he has no intent on keeping. Miss T said Birdman told her she was going to be able to do a song with BG and she didn't. She also said that she did 6 tracks on Juvie the Great album and it was all taken off by Birdman. She also told Turk that she was going to make it right for him in Cash Money and get him back in good. She also said that she couldn't understand why Baby Birdman was beefing with Turk, so she recorded a conversation of Birdman, and that's how she found out that Reginae is Birdman's goddaughter. Now, a lot of us already knew that, and a lot of people in the world knew that because they went on a TV show and Birdman was buying Reginae some jewelry as her parrain, her godfather. So a couple months back, the legendary Miss T was over on that blue couch over at Real Life Productions Street Stars, and she talks a lot about Birdman and how good he is to her. And currently she says all of the good things she said about Birdman is actually true, and she didn't lie. Now, during her air out session, Miss T called Birdman a PDF file allegedly, and
I don't mean to cut her wisdom, but I want to move to the part where she goes live. Here we go. Now, Miss T, she said that she suffers with bipolar disorder, and she looks really disheveled on this live, but you can tell, like, whatever was going on at the time, like, she really was, like, gone. Like, she was at her wit's end, so she looked disheveled, but that's not normally how she presents herself. So let's get into it.
Diddy had to see.
This is the second most toxic thing in your...
Sorry. Y'all get the likes up. Too much tea got to get her coin as she should. Let's get into it.
Don't stop my live, baby, because I'm running it today. Don't start my motherfucking live, bitch. Nigga, millions of dollars, and still playing on my top. He got millions of dollars. Birdman got millions of dollars and still playing on my top. Y'all ask me what I did him like that. What the fuck I did him like that? Still playing on my top. After I apologized to this bitch like I did something wrong. I apologize because they kept saying I hurt him. You know I'm a good woman. If I'm apologize, a man keeps saying I hurt him. I like, well, fuck, I hurt you. You left me. Well, I keep trying to tell this illiterate, ignorant motherfucker that I was 13, 14 years old, 15. How could you make a decision when you're that young? He's so...
Yes, she started rapping when she was 13, 14. If anybody's familiar with Betty Wright, you know how Betty Wright used to make songs like Tonight is the Night and all these other songs, and she was only like 14 years old. That's Miss T of New Orleans. Miss T was 13, 14 years old rapping grown folk shit. Like, I didn't know she was that young until I knew. But yeah, she just was one of those young girls who've been here before, if you ask me. But let's get into it.
Stupid, a fucking pal, where he only could see a kid. I was a fucking kid, dummy. You can't even see that. Y'all know what the fuck I meant. Bro, just playing on my top. Then text me and gonna say, oh no, call me, y'all. I wanted you to do a song with BG. Just lying. Fuck you, Project 34. I'm gonna block you, bitch. Get off my mother line. I ain't talking about estimating on how much he owe me, bitch. I'm talking about how to keep in line, fuck with my mental health. That's what the fuck I'm talking about on you. I'm gonna block all you bitches. Because at the end of the day, when I was dragging for that, y'all was mad at me. When I was helping up for that, y'all was mad at me. Y'all don't tell me a motherfucking thing, bitch. This is my platform. I said what the fuck I want. I won't hear none of y'all. I said what the fuck I want on my platform, bitch. Asking how much he owes. You'll find out when I do the court papers, bitch. How when you gonna find out? Get out my fucking business, bitch. I'm already putting my business out here, bitch, because this bitch made me look like a fool. So now I've been about to tell everybody how you really is, ho. Do my makeup. Just to play on somebody like that. Y'all not getting it. Every time I come around, baby, you telling me I left him. That's playing with somebody mental. You keep telling me I hurt you. When you stole all my music. Then he gonna tell me he gave me my publishing. Bitch, you been flipped that catalog to Universal. Where's my money? Where is my money? See, let me tell y'all something. I've been through this. I never was gonna say that because when you coming to me about another deal, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? Let me see what he's talking about. Because I've been stressed out over this shit. I'm 40 years old. Who the fuck give a 40-year-old person a motherfucker after you done blocked me for years? Telling people don't mess with me. Telling people don't sign me. Juvie the Great album, y'all. I did 6 songs. That nigga took me off for every last song. For what reason? What reason, bitch? Because he couldn't get my booty? Because that's what that's what I'm starting to think it is. Because if you looked at me like a little sister, you wouldn't have did none of that. You make sure I'm straight. See, that's the games you play. You mad because you ain't get this pussy. That's why you mad. That's why you mad. Because for years I'm trying to figure out why this nigga be acting like this with me. I'm just trying to figure it out. Y'all help me figure it out. Because all I did, the same thing BG and them did. The same thing Turk did. The same thing Juvie did. Was talk bad about him like a dog. That's all I did. And this nigga with my mental for years. And my stupid ass, yeah, I'm stupid. Egg on my motherfucking face because I'm a realist. I'm on a blue couch. I wasn't lying, but I'm helping her form. Because see the difference between me and baby? Jewelry and flashy things and materialistic items mean something to him. It don't mean nothing to me. So I let him have that. Because I kept saying, what you beefing with Turk for? I kept telling Turk, I said, Turk, I'm going to make it right. I said, what you beefing for? Because I felt like you have more than Turk. What you beefing for them for? So why these stupid niggas beefing with me? I'm in his ear trying to talk to him to fuck with Turk. So I recorded our whole conversation. When he was talking about Turk and how the fuck I know he adopted Regina. Y'all know I'm not lying. Not adopted Regina, but you know,
Kristen.
That's his godchild.
Yeah, that's his godchild. That's up I ran.
And not to blast him and put him on blast. I just want to show y'all the person I've been dealing with who been with me for years. Get my phone number, call me, act like he gone for me, then don't answer the phone. I feel stupid and I feel played, bitch, and you gonna pay. I cried to baby and told him I was mentally challenged. You know what he told me? I'm bipolar too. So that's playing on me again, bitch. You already done stole everything from me. You already done ruined.
I don't mean to laugh, but when she said I cried and told him I'm mentally challenged, and that nigga response was, I'm bipolar too. Well, bitch, we both bipolar. I done went the windmilling on Birdman head on that star on the top of his head. Bitch, if I'm calling you, telling you I'm fucked up, and you be like, shit, I'm fucked up too. That ain't what you supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? She said Birdman. She said she called Birdman and said, I'm my mental messed up. And that nigga said, shit, I got bipolar too. Birdman, count your days, you bald head hoe. You wrong for that. Don't do that to Miss C. Count your days, you bald head nigga. Count your days. Girl, I can't believe he did that to her. I can't believe he did that. Girl.
For my reputation, telling people I'm hard to work with, all because I ain't you. It gotta be that. Because who would be mad at somebody this bad and be saying, I hurt you? How did I hurt you that bad if it's about music, bitch? Y'all feel what I'm saying? It's in my book. Let me tell y'all, the only person I ever slept with Cash Money is BG. I could go to jail saying that. I was 17. BG was 15 years old, a young boy. I go to jail, bitch. And that's why I got so much love for little BG, because we had a little bond. You heard me? But I used to be rolling with BG. Look, I used to be rolling with, not BG. I used to be rolling with Baby, with his bitch. Baby had buku bitches. Yeah, I'm telling it, bitch. And he was supposed to be my partner. So I'm his homie. So me and Baby rolling the weed together, he fucking hoes, and I'm his partner, and you know I got an old man. You heard me? I'm telling him out the nigga I'm with. So I go and tell him, and I say, guess who I fuck with? He was like, who? I say, BG. He went, what? You supposed to be for me. Ever since that happened, that I gave BG got this 17-year-old when I was young, right? Baby has not act right with me since. He have lied and told people he been with me. He didn't lie and told people that I didn't this. He didn't lie and people and told, hey, I feel. He didn't lie and said he had a videotape of me. Y'all don't know what the fuck I was going through all the years. All the years I was going through, bro. All the years, bitch. Just ruining my reputation. Or she hard to work with. Or you can't do this. Okay. So then when you talk to people and they ask about Miss T, here you go, manipulation. Look, she left me. But not talking about when I was young, right? I have a show for $500. I don't know nothing about this, y'all. Look, he taking 20% out the $500 as my manager and the executive producer, right? That's for over somebody, right? Then he double back and make me pay bodyguards. This the type of shit he was doing to me when I was young. Or touch my booty. Or rub on my booty. And then say you look at me like a little sister. And then flip it like I want you. Y'all see that's traumatic, bruh?
Yeah.
That's traumatic.
He was gaslighting the hell out of her.
Then over the years after I told her, you keep asking me like you're going to give me a deal. After you done stole everything from me. That's traumatic. I got to teach him something because I am a teacher through God. How is Baby going to learn his lessons, y'all? If y'all not holding him holding him accountable. Yeah, I did feel like Turk fucked up his opportunity because this nigga was in my ear. He was in my ear. Y'all know we nurturers. We nurturers. I'm a nurturer. I'm your friend. I got you. Even if I fall out with you, if I'm your friend, and it's a mistake I got. My brother told me. He said you trust people too easily, and I do. I'm just giving y'all the vulnerable side of tea. It's not always hard, right? So when he come back and he apologized to me, I apologize. I'm thinking that we good. This bitch was playing me the whole time because he did this shit before. Concerning he got my back and he don't. And don't think that shit is traumatic to keep coming in my life, lying like you're going to give me a fucking opportunity and knowing that I'm struggling. I shouldn't be I shouldn't have ever been on Section 8. I shouldn't have ever been on Section 8. I ain't on Section 8 now. I'm off it. But look, I should have never been on Section 8. Not if Universal sold my mother. Not if Cash Money sold my catalog to Universal. Don't y'all think I should be rich? But y'all come and y'all make fun of people and y'all don't know that this person has taken advantage of this person. I was dumb and illiterate. I ain't know nothing about it. I ain't know nothing about, none of that stuff. They took advantage of me and they took everything and then blamed it on me. And then still lie to me. I got the text messages, y'all look. Say, okay, so first he tell me, he like, He want BJ So Cold. He want to sign me and BJ So Cold. Just lying. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Just lying. I'm spending my money to go to the studio. I get BJ, trying to get BJ to come to the studio to record because this bitch talking about he like the guy. I like that guy you record with. Y'all got chemistry. I'm telling him about all the girls that I got. And he was playing me the whole time. As soon as a bitch like me go off, then y'all like, oh, she tripping, she crazy, she did the thing. Do y'all know how embarrassing that was not to go to Louisiana Fest knowing that I opened up for Lil Wayne? Egg on my face, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. Because I was sincerely thought that we was working on something. But see, the spider senses and that intuition was like, no, bitch, she's still the same. I was talking to people and they was telling me baby change. I was like, he's still the same. My gut saying something else. So I started testing him and saying all kind of stupid shit just to see what he was going to see. You heard me? Lying the whole time. The whole time. Like I'm pregnant. I told him, I said, boss. I said, I'm not pressing on getting no record deal. Because I know the business. Artists really don't make that much money.
Facts.
Me being a CEO, I'm going to make plenty of money, bitch. Trade that. Give me art. Give me CEO. Because I know the business. See, he can't play me like he used to play me. Let me tell you what else the bitch do. I remember when I was younger, I had sold 100 CDs in Groove City. At that time, that's times motherfucking 10. That's what, $1,000. I overheard him tell a girl, Arlene, don't tell her nothing because she don't know nothing about that.
Wow.
That's taking advantage of somebody when they don't know nothing, when they illiterate, when they're not educated. I wasn't educated when I was young, so I didn't know anything about the music business, and he took advantage of that. Him and Slim, bitch. Y'all stop thinking Slim not with it. That's his brother. He know everything that's going on with this bitch.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. That part caught me by surprise because I've always heard great things about Slim. If y'all don't know who Slim is Birdman brother. He the quiet one. He tall, and he's skinny. Well, he used to be really skinny, but he don't never do nothing. He be chilling. I've heard nothing but positive. I heard a lot of negative about Birdman, but I ain't never heard nothing negative about Slim. And now that she say it, she was like him too, because he know everything that Birdman doing is giving. I'm letting you do it, but I ain't gonna do it, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it neither. You know what I'm saying? So I believe her when she said that, but it took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting her to say Slim. Slim, like I said, I've never heard nothing negative about him until this, but I believe her. I believe her 100% because it's the business, it's money. That's what it's all about.
Now, see, if he would have stuck with his word, we wouldn't be at this place. But you know what he thought? He thought he was going to play me again. And then realized that he keep adding to a skull. Dog, I got to go to therapy. I got to go talk to my therapist because of this shit. Because I've been talking about baby since 30 years ago. Telling him how I didn't get paid. You heard me? How I ain't get my money. But you know what baby said? I left, so it's my fault. But he haven't produced paperwork, nothing, but then come back and say you gave me my master's. I'm not a dummy. I'm an educated woman. I'm not Twelly. I'm Trishelle motherfucking Williams. Bitch. I am smart. See that dumb shit? And all that she can't do this, she can't read, she can't write, she can't count, that come from them. They the only one knew that. They the only one knew that I didn't know as much as I do now when I was young. That come from them. She hard to work with, that come from them.
That makes sense too, because remember, she was making all of her songs at 13, 14. I'm pretty sure she wasn't at nobody's school, right? So I didn't know at the time that she couldn't read and write. But hell, that heifer could write some music. It was giving R. Kelly tease. Because everybody knew Miss C. Them niggas be creeping. And she made man, look, stop. Girl, you ain't had to write it down. But I didn't know you was illiterate. But you know, you know better now, but I'm just saying, if you was there, you would know. Like, no, it was giving R. Kelly tease because I didn't know she couldn't read or write. That's crazy.
That come from them. And if Slim really was a good dude, like I be saying, you heard me? He would have told his mother brother he was wrong for what he was doing.
Facts.
He would have told his brother, say, bro, you wrong for what you're doing, Miss T.A. He didn't tell his brother nothing. So Slim is part of the problem too. Every artist on Cash Money that went through this. This ain't nothing new. I don't want y'all to feel sorry for me. I'm standing up for myself.
Really quickly, as a person who's written poems, literature, and music, you got to understand, when you write, you don't have to get a pen and paper and write it. So you can literally be illiterate and write music because music starts here, right? So for instance, I made a song where the beat came in my head and I kind of bounced on the thing, and then the lyrics came in my head. It didn't become on paper until I wrote it down. Now, the people who can't read or write, with the superpower that they have is they can get it in their head and they can keep it there so that they can get it to the studio and make it something that it's not. I don't have that superpower. Once it come here, I got to put it on somewhere where I can see it because I might forget it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But people who can't read or write, they can write music because they're not writing it on paper. But again, the superpower is they form it in their head and it stays there until they put it in the studio. That's a superpower. Everybody can't do that. I can form it in my head, but then I got to hurry up and write it down and get the concept and stuff like that. So that's how people like R. Kelly and obviously now Miss T can write music without knowing how to read and write. That's a genius right there because most people can't do that. So that's all I want to say.
Every time I stand up for myself, here y'all go. She this, she that, she this. What would y'all do? What would y'all do? You talking for this nigga for 6 months. My mind like, oh, it's going down. You heard me? I got everybody restyle. Bitch, don't fuck up. Well, you know you got an attitude. All this still on me like it's me. And it was this nigga the whole time. Yeah, I feel played, bitch. I'm going to blast you. I'm going to let everybody know, bitch. Just like I helped up for you, bitch. Nah, I ain't, because I'm a realist. I ain't phony and I ain't fake. And I ain't bipolar like that, bitch. It's just a mood, mental disorder. We may think a little different. It may take us long to process. You heard me? Don't play on me, ho. And see, this is what he thought he was going to do this time. He thought I was just going to walk away and have another scar on Miss T Heart. And don't realize how he affected me and my children. You feel what I'm trying to say? Somebody that can lay up there and blame you for years. And in your mind, you thinking that you did something wrong. And you didn't do them nothing wrong. Because you made the decision for yourself to leave because they wasn't paying you then. He made you feel bad. Then you go and help up for him. And then you find out through your lawyers and your people that he stole everything from you. Do y'all understand what I'm at? Do y'all understand? When I'm talking about I gotta fuss with, I'm not fussing with my dude, I'm fussing about this. But I'm taking it out on him. You understand what I'm saying? When I'm fussing with my children, I'm taking it out on them. Because I'm not right because of this shit, bro. And I've been telling y'all about healing and all that. I've been trying to heal for the longest, dog. How come I heal off of this Cash Money shit, dog? When can I heal, dog? I was just a young girl trying to do music. I know I got an attitude problem. I know all that, dog. But just to do me that. Just to do me that because I didn't know anything. Just to do me that. That's fucked up. To take all my music, all that. Look, y'all, I got no credit for nothing. The BG song. They took credit for that. The niggas that coming to get you. Oh, I guess I ain't write that either, bitch. Wheelchairs, I ain't come up with it. But it's still some mechanicals you could get. And then y'all get mad and be like, I'm tripping. Man, that's fucked up to do somebody that. And then every time baby come in town, it's always, oh, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to do a deal. Wouldn't that fuck with your mind? And you know you're still in this bitch trying to make it. Wouldn't that fuck with your mind? You know you're trying to make it. You know all your life you've been trying to do this. All your life you've been trying to do this. And you know the one person that can help you keep saying you left him. Made me feel guilty. Made me feel guilty for years, y'all. Y'all don't understand how stupid and low I feel. And I'm human. I don't feel embarrassed. This is my lesson I needed to learn. You know what lesson I needed to learn? Make a person show you that they fuck with you.
Facts.
Baby don't know how to treat no woman. That's why I think he gay. He did me all this dirty shit for what reason? That's what I'm trying to find out. What reason I did what I did him? This is why I left. What did I do him? What I did him? And then everybody take up for him because he got money.
Facts.
Your money do not excuse your character, bitch. You a that person. I don't do people that. Y'all know one thing. If I got anything, I'm gonna pay a person. I'm not gonna play on nobody. And if I don't put you, I'm not gonna be in your face and be lying and acting like I put you. You can't do nobody that. And I really had genuine love for this dude, dog. Like, for real. He don't got no love for me, though. That's what I found out. And he been lying the whole time. He got misplaced anger with me. Because this bitch treat me like I was in a relationship with him or something. He made me feel like I was in a relationship with him. Now, one time that I ever said, oh, I fuck with baby or we fuck around. For you to even think I would sleep with your raggedy ass for treating me like this, bitch. You ugly bitch. I respect myself. I got self-worth. You know, none of them niggas ain't used to play with me over there. I didn't sleep with this nigga, that nigga, that nigga. One nigga. BG. And he was 15. And I was 17. And it's in my book, I'm Stronger and Wiser Now. And he has treated me bad since that. That's why I think it's that.
Y'all, I gotta get off. I will finish this tomorrow when I go live, y'all. Her story is special and near and dear to my heart. We'll finish it tomorrow. It's only a little bit left, but I gotta go and get my baby from the airport. Let's read some of these super chats. Gina Diaz, Mushroom Head the third, talking about Fat Joe. Yeah, girl. Daisha, thank you for the super chat. My stomach hurt. You talking about when I was dragging Joe big nasty ass, girl. TL, thank you for the super chat. Boo, I need classes. FYI, dudes from back then were all PDFs. My baby daddy included. I was 19. He was almost 30. Effing on little girl's child. Here's a little something for you and your baby. Love you, fat. Thank you, TL. Listen, not just him. All of the old dudes was around the high school. Listen, I used to walk out my high school and outside the gate, it was buku drug dealers and they all was 25 and up. So it ain't just you. It was a thing in the 90s and the early 2000s. That was a thing. That was an absolute thing. So it ain't just you. But thank you. Thank you so much, TL. Gloria Green, thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome to the dollhouse. Miosha, thank you for the super chat. Boo, love you and your content down to the ground. I had to catch the live to hear you talk about Miss T. She taught us not to trust these dog ass niggas when she came out. We're creeping. Them niggas be creeping. Them niggas be creeping. Them niggas be creeping. You better watch them niggas. That's before Kaya. No shade, but before Kaya. Okay? Stop acting crazy. That was before don't trust no nigga. Oh, yeah, Miss T already gave us the game way before no trust no nigga. And I love that song. You put your trust in a nigga, stupid hoe, how you figure. I love that song. But Miss T told us back in the late 90s, them niggas be creeping. Yeah, she sure did. Shout out to Miss T and Kaya. Miss Morgan, thank you for the super chat. Hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. Take the pictures, subscribe to the channel, run them likes up. Yes, y'all, run the likes up. Measure Man, thank you for the super chat. Number one, Ken done pulled up. Boo. We got to talk about these PPP loans. Why they not dragging the clears? Pelosi got 28 million. Usher 3.2 million. Celine Dion, Eldridge Lady 9 million. We'll talk about it on the morning Joes. Not over here. I don't want no smoke over here. We'll talk about it on the morning Joes. Thank you, Measure Man. Sipping the hot tea. Thank you for the super chat. Come on, Dollhouse. Like the video. Yeah, y'all like the video. It's free. Lloyd. And then Miosha, thank you for the super chat. Miss T was that girl and still is to us locals. Facts. Her music was amazing, whether she was rapping or singing. Yes. Why you acting funny with all your money? Shout out to the legendary, the New Orleans legendary, Miss T. Now, y'all, I got to get off. I will come back tomorrow. We'll finish out the video and we'll talk about some other things. I got to talk about Jay-Z, Diddy, and the other things. I got to go. My baby going to be outside calling me, girl. Where you at? Where you at? She going to be mad. So I got to go, y'all. I love y'all down to the ground. Thank y'all for everything. Peace. I ain't going to do the long jokes. I got to go. Bye, y'all.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.